Hey, just a quick heads up. Content here may not appeal to everyone. If you don't resonate with what's shared here today, that's okay. We all have our own journey in life, so please respect our shit and we'll respect yours.
Okay, welcome to the Own Your Own Shit show, where we talk about how your mind and body affect your whole health. And I'm Lisa. I'm a nurse, a massage therapist, and a mind-body connection coach. And I help women release stress in their mind and their bodies.
Yeah. Hi, and I'm AndreaatWholistichealthcare. I'm a doctor of medical health and homeopathy, and the founder of the IOMA Healing System, which you can check out below. And today we're going to talk about immunity, because this video should be out sometime in October or September, late September, I think, which, weather starts to change. We've had great hot summer, but as things get cooler at night and we have fluctuations and more dampness and stuff in the air, people become more susceptible just because of that shift. Mm-hmm. I also find that a lot of times if you've been living on the extreme, because especially here in Canada, right? As soon as the weather gets nice, everybody floods the outside. We're everywhere. We're partying. We're eating too much. We're drinking too much. Right? Truly.
We're going to Port Stanley and waking Lisa up at 2 a.m.
Oh no! Really?
Weekend.
Who's doing that?
Oh, some girls screaming and
really?
There's vandalism, guys stealing stuff and
beach towns
screaming. That's what people say.
There's benefits and
I know.
Yeah.
Winter will be nice.
Yeah.
No one's out.
Exactly. But people go crazy,
yeah.
Right? And we get in excess.
Mm-hmm.
So then what happens is your system gets depleted because you're going, stressing, stressing out your digestive system and your emotional, mental system, physical system. And then when the weather changes, and sometimes if it changes abruptly, you could be more prone to, getting sick.
Yeah,
right?
For sure. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So with trying to work on, looking at all the different things that you can do to boost your immune system. Now, funny enough is, we were talking earlier, I was talking about statistics. Mm-hmm. So in my program I went through, I can't remember how this all came up, probably because we were talking about miasms and chronic diseases and yada yada, and then acute infectious diseases, and things like flus and, whatever, Norwalk and, all that kind of stuff that we're prone to when our immune system is low. There's an interesting scientific statistic that 20 to a maximum of 30% of the population will only succumb to an epidemic at that particular time. Yeah, it's a survival mechanism. Yeah, which makes sense. I mean, you can't have the whole human population succumb at once. Well,
right.
Earth is done.
See you later. I'm burnt to a crisp now in the ground.
Exactly.
And now there's dinosaurs again.
Yeah, but so scientifically, when you have an epidemic, and if you pay attention to this, so funny enough, I was thinking about this, and when I was thinking about doing immune videos and stuff like that, and I can't remember how many summers ago it was, but we were having this family vacation at the cottage, and we have overlaps with relatives like my husband's family and their kids and all that kind of stuff. And generally there's a little overlaps. So for some reason, this one weekend or week, we had everybody with their all the nieces with their boyfriends and we had all kinds of people just come upon the cottage. And it's not a very big cottage. There was I think 18 of us, so there was tents out, and people were sleeping on top of each other.
That's
yeah, exactly. Well. Somebody didn't get sick. It was one of those 24-hour kind of things in a way. It started with, next thing we know, somebody was up all night throwing up and runs. And we only have one little bathroom in the cottage, and we always have a porta potty. So it was who's monopolizing the bathroom and what's going on? It kind of started like that. And then somebody else was I don't feel really good either. We're oh no. And it kind of over 24 hours trickled through everybody and hit a percentage of us. So some of us never had it at all. Some had it for 24 hours, just kind of slept it out, kind of was sick a little bit, and then it was gone. Others lasted 2-3 days. One of the girls had to go to the hospital because she lost so much fluid. She had to go and get fluids. It was crazy. It was like the summer holidays from hell. It really was. But it's funny how you pay attention to those statistics and you realize that in 18 of us, I think there was only maybe 6 that got it. And the rest of us were fine. And yet we're all living on top of each other. So as people always go, oh, well, if my daughter gets the flu, I'm going to get the flu too. Not necessarily, right?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Man, that would not have been a fun place to be.
It was not, especially with a porta potty. And, you have somebody's monopoly.
Sorry, not funny.
Yeah.
Funny now, but not funny.
It was not funny at the time. I think we were building our bunkie then, and I was putting shingles on because my husband didn't really get too sick, but he slept for 24 hours. I'm out, done, went to bed. Yeah, and I think my son did the same thing. I think he just slept 24 hours.
Wow.
But yeah, the people running for bathrooms and
that'd be the worst.
No.
Like, I can't even imagine.
I should have you run into the bushes.
I'd be running to the bushes.
Yeah.
I don't even care.
I don't care at that point.
No, like, just don't come near me.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. It was not fun. But anyway, talking about, so the fact that not everybody's going to succumb, that's kind of an interesting fact. And maybe pay attention to that. Not saying, I want you to put yourself in harm's way to prove a point.
No.
But, immunity-wise, we, don't fear and panic in that, because that's a big thing.
Yeah.
I know with flus and viruses and stuff, it's fear that feeds it.
That makes sense.
So you watch in the fall, this comes out around that time, and you'll start watching the ads for get your flu vaccine, because if the flu's coming, no, it's going to be a bad one this year. And all.
Don't do it.
Oh, and it drives me crazy. But what's weird is that ramps up the fear level, right? They do that for a reason, because they know you're going to panic and think, I don't want to get the flu. Yeah, I better do something about it. Well, contact us. We have a much better way I have a way that can improve your immunity and keep you from getting the flu, which is far more effective than the vaccine and less damaging. So
exactly.
Absolutely reach out to us for that.
And even know that 30% versus 70%, like, you have a really good chance of not getting sick.
Absolutely.
Like, think about being that 70% instead of 30. And then it's a positive experience instead of that negative,
title. Yeah, it doesn't mean you're going to succumb.
Yeah.
Right? Just because it's floating around out there doesn't mean you're going to get it. But we're going to go next week. We're going to talk about, we're going to get into better ways of actually boosting your immune system and things like that. So make sure you stay tuned. Again, subscribe, whatever you need to do so you watch next week's video come up. So we're going to end it there for this week. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate, you guys, doing shout outs and stuff like that. Oh, and I have to, this is so after the fact, and I apologize, Angela, for doing this. My Angela is my cousin's wife, and I was at a family event a while ago, and she came up to me, and it was so sweet, because she goes, "Oh my God, I love your videos." She goes, "When I'm having a really bad day at work," she goes, "I go into my office, I close my door, and I open my computer, and I turn on one of your videos, and I have a laugh fest."
That's so good.
And I'm like, "Oh, I'm glad that people are watching them," and I've heard so many great comments since people saying, "I watched your video, they're really
love
good."
That.
Yeah, and that makes me feel good, because I'm glad that we're at least, giving somebody a smile.
Yeah. If that's the only thing, then we'll take that too.
Absolutely. We're hoping you're getting something from these. But hey, if we're just entertaining you, that's okay too.
That's right.
Yeah.
You'll learn.
Exactly.
While listening.
Exactly.
Sneak it in there.
Exactly. So yes, thank you, and hopefully you subscribe and stick around.
Yeah, and if you have anything that you want to talk about, or for us to talk about with you, let us know in the comments below. Or if you just want to reach out to each of us individually, if you resonate with one of us, then do that as well. And just know that you are the only thing that you can control in life. So.
Exactly. So for the rest of this week, remember, be authentic, be empowered, and own it completely. Bye.
Don't forget to connect with us on your favorite social media sites so you can share your whole healthcare woes, wins, and other shit you'd like to discuss with us.
Fun.
It is fun. Okay.
Look
at us, matchies.
I know.
That's fun.
Do you know?
Do I know?
I always say that.
I like it. I probably don't know.
I have had this top since I was in high school.
No way.
Yep. My daughter,
awesome.
It's in her closet. It's silk. And I bought it when I was in grade 10 or 11. My mom bought it for me. And it's one of those things that I just could never bring myself to let go of. But there was a time I was a little bit heavier and I didn't quite wear it, and so I gave it to my daughter, and I was looking for extra tops. to the tape and was going through her stuff. I'm like, she's a little tinier than I am, and I'm like, no, God, no. And young, all this crop stuff. And
no, thank you. Not interested.
Yeah, and I came across this again, I'm like, oh my, it was all wrinkled, so I had to like get out the iron and do a real covered up iron job last night. I worked away on it and stuff. And I'm like,
nice.
I love this shirt.
Yeah, it's super cute.
It's super old.
And it's really good color for you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blends nicely.
Nice.
Features.
My tan.
Yes.
Yeah, we just wing it.
We'll wing it.
We have an idea, and that's it.
Yeah, that's all we need.
Exactly. Okay, ready?
Okay, ready.
Okay. Actually, let's just keep going, because then we're just going to go right into...
That's true.
I'm back!
Where'd you go? So far away.
I know.
We're fun.
Every time I watch our shows, I'm always like, we're so freaking cute.
We are cute. Oh my god, you're cutest.
Yeah.
Especially that shirt.